What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we will be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you want to see more content. Also, check out the links that I have in the description, my Amazon link to other different, all different like cryptocurrency merchandise and like accessories. It's pretty cool stuff. Definitely recommend checking it out. Otherwise, let's move on with today's episode. So we do have a couple of things to look at. We do have an article that I do want to show you guys talking about some really big moguls in the market and in, business in general and their opinion on cryptocurrency. I think it's pretty interesting, and I do think it's worth listening to and hearing about. So I will be showing you guys that. Then we will be looking at a slight reversal and checking out whether or not we're going to be going a little bit higher within crypto. Otherwise, let's move on to today's episode. So as you guys can see, we have a current coin market cap of 213 bill, 24-hour volume of 11.6, and a Bitcoin dominance of 52.1%. So we're staying fairly even with yesterday's price movements. If I scroll down, you can see top 10 cryptos. We have 2 out of the 10 that are in red, but barely in red, down by only like 0.25%, 0.25%, so really nothing too bad at all. The other 8 coins are up fairly well, only around 1 to 2% though, but otherwise the consolidation from yesterday's price has pretty much shown that we're consolidating out, trading sideways. Doge is up 5%, pretty nice, but majority of the market does seem to be in green, and that is a good consolidation point after yesterday's downtrend. Otherwise, I do want to show you guys this article really quick. Definitely an interesting article at best. It says that it's by the Daily Hodl. As I scroll down, it says billionaire crypto mogul predicts Bitcoin flippening plus Ripple and XRP, Litecoin, Ethereum, blah, 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 blah. So there's a few things just right off the bat that I want to take in from this article. So one thing that you want to think about is when a billionaire crypto mogul is talking about the coin or coins in general and saying that the prices are going to shoot up and, to invest, that he could be trying to shill these coins, get more money into the market, sell off and take profits, short the coin. So it's definitely something to pay attention to. You don't want to just blindly go into these articles thinking that they're 100% accurate, as with anything we talk about online. So definitely give your own opinion and thought and insight to this. You can definitely leave your opinions below on this article. I would love to hear more. I read all your guys' comments. But basically, he says, for the long-term success of Bitcoin to a new cross-border use case at Ripple, here's a look at some of the stories breaking in the world of crypto. So basically, for Bitcoin, it says venture capital billionaire and Bitcoin bull Tim Draper says he believes Bitcoin will outlast fiat currencies and prove to be far more stable in the long run. At the Web Summit Tech Conference in Lisbon, Draper said, "We're going to see all sorts of volatility. One Bitcoin is still one Bitcoin. It's just all these other political currencies are going to be very volatile against it as they slowly disappear from our use." So it's very interesting, and I do understand what he's saying. The smaller ICOs, these smaller tiny currencies that not many people know about may die off, and the bigger coins, the top 10 cryptos, the top 20 cryptos may stay alive through it in the long run. And he also says he can see cryptocurrency stabilizing out more and becoming more of a use case than fiat currency. But the interesting part about this article is he says Draper also reiterated his belief that the price of Bitcoin, hear me out, will reach $250,000 in the coming year. One Bitcoin, which we can currently get at $6,360, will inflate to 250 grand by 2022 or 23. That is literally 3 to 4 years away. Wild. But in that range is absolutely solid, but I'm not sure how long we're going to get there. So he's not necessarily sure as to how long it will be, and I'd show you guys this article, but I'm going to get flagged, so that's unfortunate. He then says Ethereum has set to lose date for its next upgrade. In its latest conference developed set January 16th as a launch date for Constantinople, the anticipated upgrade includes a number of optimizations and lowers the mining reward for 3 Ethereum to 2 Ethereum per block. That may actually backfire in the case of how much mining people would do. You know, they have the XRP, Ripple, Japanese financial giant MFUG says it will use Ripple's proprietary payment technology to create new cross-border payment services between Japan and Brazil. That's pretty cool. I anticipated Ripple to be used for that in all crypto for, you know, international trades in between transactions. So that's definitely cool that they're starting to use and adopt that program. Then I really want to show you guys Litecoin when I scroll down, if we can find it. Here we go. So it says, so Bitcoin was the big talk about the billionaire mogul, sorry. And if we see money move into Bitcoin, you know, a $250 Bitcoin, we are going to see, sorry, $250,000 Bitcoin. We're going to see money, you know, trickle down to some of the altcoins. Obviously, Litecoin will definitely take a big jump from that, but we'll also see, these are just some of the improvements in the current tech. So Litecoin, my big Litecoin fans, one of the biggest transactions to ever hit Litecoin network was just processed, as reported by Litecoin.com. It said, appears to be a consolidation of funds into a new multi-signature SegWit-M address from a handful of legacy addresses. The transaction which created the new richest address on the network was made by the previous richest address on the network, which is now empty. In the process, a staggering 71,618,997 coins were also destroyed. So, very interesting. You know, if you have 71 million coins, that is a lot of money. You know, even if you had $71 million, that is a lot of money. So definitely a huge, big transaction that has just happened within Litecoin. Not sure exactly how it's going to affect the market. They literally just transferred it to a different address. But otherwise, that does seem to be the article for today. Hopefully you guys can help me better understand where your guys' heads are at, and leave some comments and your opinion based on that. Maybe some other important news you'd like to share. But moving on to Litecoin. So as we check out Litecoin, yes, yesterday we did decide to break below our high-low MMAs, as you can see prior. We did get caught up in between the green and red band, which is interesting. Almost anticipated, but definitely interesting. You can see we retraced. We kind of got stuck here on the 4-hour. We really did. But we ended up breaking bearish and falling all the way down to our $51 support, which you can see prior has acted as a major support in the past for Litecoin. You can then see we were bouncing fairly quick off of this. You can see we pretty much were overbought. We had a double top. That is why the pullback is happening on the relative strength index. Pulling all the way down, only trading at around 43 on the relative strength index. And interesting enough, we bottomed out right here and we just bounced fairly quick right off of that. Currently finding some resistance once again with our high-low MMA on the 4-hour graphs, and you can see we're battling that currently. I do anticipate us to get way back above that and way back above our $53 resistance right here, and pretty much retest all the way back up at 55. So within the next couple of weeks, I do anticipate some sort of movement within Litecoin and Bitcoin to pump us back up much higher. Moving on to Bitcoin though, you can see Bitcoin on the 4-hour. We were in some sort of uptrend and we managed to break down from that. You can see we broke down fairly quick and then we kind of decided to trade up above here. You can see this green band right here. Trading sideways, as you can see, we broke bearish from our high-low MMA, bouncing off support at our $63.30, and we're now retesting. Bounced off fairly nicely. You can see we retraced all the way back up from $6,300, retraced back up to $6,330, and you can see we're now trading sideways and moving slowly back up to retest our high-low minimum moving average. I do want to just move out to the daily just so we can all get a better look at what exactly is happening. You can see we did have some trading sideways here. We managed to break down from the downtrend. We had a very, very, very long support right here, as you guys can see, cutting through Bitcoin's daily charts. You can see we broke bearish, flew right back up, found resistance at 6,535, and then fell right back down to our support at $6,350. I do think, you know, we are due to make a nice move, and like I said, a nice run to $6,600, retesting our daily high-low MMA. Plenty of potential on that relative strength index, so I do think a move just like this is definitely, you know, in need to happen. We may see some resistance on the way up, of course, definitely battling that, you know, resistance line that was, you know, a previous support. But, you know, in an effort to say things, we are kind of consolidating out. I do want to just check out the weekly really quick. One sec. Okay. So It's definitely a very interesting market, to say the least. We are definitely seeing some sort of descending triangle forming, and it does seem like we're kind of trading out of that right now. You guys saw the big, you know, descending triangle here. We seem to have broken out of it. We're currently, you know, sitting right in between the green and red band. You can see a lot of, you know, sideways movement. This is now the third week moving on where there has been no volume whatsoever, trading out sideways, really not seeing much movement, which is interesting. Could be a sign of, again, a big move. You can see previously all the other candles are very vigorous. They're very, 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 you know, wild and volatile. They're not really, you know, stable. Seems like the past couple of days, the past 3 weeks, we have had a very, very, very stable week, which is interesting to see. No movement whatsoever within the price is telling me that something is definitely bound to happen within Bitcoin, and this may potentially be the end to this bear market that we're in. So it's definitely something to be paying quite a bit of attention to. You can see we're still above our green band, but we're still plenty below our red band. So we're going to see some sort of retracement back up. $7,300, $7,400 Bitcoin is still very accessible. I do think we're going to hit that fairly often, maybe in 2019. So I do think for those long-term hodlers, I don't think you have anything to worry about, especially if you've been holding prior to the end of December 2017, where we were facing that resistance. But I feel like a lot of you guys bought in then, and, you know, even then, it doesn't make sense to sell out on a downtrend, you know, to sell out in a negative thing. You want to sell out in a profit. So just keep hodling that money or whatever you invested, and we'll just enjoy the ride and see where this decides to take us off. There's still plenty of speculation that we will go higher. As for Ethereum on the 4-hour, you can see we literally did a beautiful move, just bounced downwards. We were trading overbought, fell down, bounced off of support, that green band, are currently moving back up, facing some slight resistance. You can see here where this candle retraced back down to. That is currently where we're battling out right now. But I do think in the longer term, we will start to trend back up and retest that $220 line of resistance. Lastly, XRP. You know, XRP is definitely on my coin to watch list, mainly because we are experiencing some sort of ascending triangle. Bounced very nicely off our daily high-low MMA, that red band right there. So it's acting as a very good support. I do think we're going to trade upwards, and I do think the price is bound to move up. So for all those who haven't invested, maybe want to invest in this coin, you do have a small window of opportunity, because I do think this coin is bound to move up for the next couple of days into the end of November, where we start to see this coin slowly but surely move up and kind of complete this ascending triangle. Otherwise, that's going to sum up the episode for today, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content. And again, I'd appreciate you guys if you could all check out my Crypto TV merch, the Amazon links in the description. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.